If you're watching this, then it's because I put it on a forum somewhere to get people to watch it, or it's 3 a.m. and your life is spiraling out of control because you've just run out of every good video game review series from all the top dogs, which means you've resorted to watching randos floating around in the underbelly of YouTube. So then your binge is actually a great segue for my following rant, or opinion, or some other adjective for the ultimately disposable series of thoughts you're about to listen to for some strange reason. Wow, you're staying. Well, okay, I'd better start actually coming up with stuff. Just for a quick recap of my life related to the internet, let's just call me Level 50, a grand elder wizard. I was part of the generation that grew up with and so I know my way around this playground, jungle. The internet nowadays is scarily reminiscent of commercial TV, especially in terms of gaming. Everyone and their mother is making a video about video games. This isn't news, right? Right. Here's the problem. The monetization and commercialization of these videos regarding gaming is in turn affecting games themselves. Today we have a literal share button on our remote controls. Now of course in reality the buttons themselves don't really do that much, but the concept itself is derived from a very specific generation. It's our generation, I mean. Even when the last generation was released, this button would have been way less viable. A time where social media wasn't perfected, Facebook was young, YouTube was still sorta underdog-y, Neon Bible, all that good shit. My point right now is that I'm upset. Personally upset. Yes, I am that fucking ridiculous. Without skipping a beat, we could describe gaming videos today as oversaturated, consumerized, inflated, stupid. Now, of course I don't completely hate it. I'm not that much of a pretentious douchebag. We have glimmers of hope all around. I actively support people who use their powers for good. I guess if I had a name drop once, maybe Markiplier, Game Grumps, JonTron, and the rest of Normal Boots, actually. I'm upset with seeing shit like all those GTA 5 videos which keep reminding me to literally abuse their subscribe button, all the Minecraft videos about the weird fucking, I don't know, dildo mods, everyone on Earth trying to recreate AVGN. Which, might I add, is impressive considering that shit is older than time itself. And doing Let's Plays of Scary Hospital Mansion 5 featuring Slenderman. Which is actually something I'd like to talk about later as well. Now, since I was young, I've yearned to do videos about video games. I grew up watching shit like Melee and Halo 3 Machinima. I mean, yeah, you don't hear that word as often, except when you're talking about the company, which we could say totally contributed to this decline in quality. Now that I'm finally old enough to not sound like a little shit and be taken at least kinda seriously, and I have the funds to support it, I live in a world that far exceeds supply in relation to demand of video gaming related media. Back then, your mom's allowance didn't buy you a fucking Dazzle. Now I kinda just wait a few weeks and spend some spare change on equipment. I want to also reach out. I want to express myself because the world clearly doesn't have enough expression. So what do I do now? Well, the truth is, you kinda gotta rely on yourself. Completely. Hope that your voice and your message is true enough, funny enough, and original enough that people see it and say, hey, wow, look at this guy, he's saying things and those things are pretty cool, kinda. I look up to people that I mentioned before because people like them are what I would consider some of YouTube gaming's saving graces. And yet another risk of sounding like literally everyone else ever, they're some of my biggest inspirations. As much as I enjoy the angry side of gaming, let's go out on a limb and say that 1 or 2 people have done that shit before. What really excites me as a person is talking about how fucking cool games are. When I can get into a conversation or watch a video about how much a game blew my fucking mind apart, it's invigorating. I don't want to just sit in front of a camera or a microphone and complain, if you could imagine the breathtaking irony. Video games are fucking beautiful. I want to talk about all the fucking intense shit that goes on in these fucking things. I've never got to fully express all the moments and all the art and all the things that made me love the games that I love. And like, the music in games, have you fucking heard any? I mean, like... my god, I could talk forever on all the bits and pieces of games that I've played throughout my entire life that have ultimately shaped me as a person. Shaped me into being sarcastic, competitive, ambitious, unathletic,